So, I've been told tonight that the race is not at Red Bull Ring. It's not the Red Bull Ring, it's not the Red Bull Ring. Oh. It's at the Red Bull Ring. Robot, you're not paying us enough. Never mind. So, here we go again for Super Formula from the Red Bull Ring. You've got Ash in the booth tonight. Not AJ and Smalley, otherwise known as Smalley picking on AJ. So never mind. I see I've got a comment already. I'm going to see who that is, although I've got a funny feeling it might be Biggie Smalls, because that's just Biggie Smalls for you. Another AJ win. It's not. It's in Nils. Hello, Nils. Why not rain? Well, let's put it this way. If it rained again, then Smalley would literally just explode. But having said that, I wish it was rain, because then I can laugh at Smalley, which is always a good thing to do. So let's see what happens. As everyone comes out the pit lane for quali, there's AJ and the beautiful livery. Just very unfortunate it's on that car, and it was put on a dog of a car as in Ferrari. Followed swiftly by Benjamin Button. Smalley with a surprise win. Yes, because Smalley will have bunged a few quid AJ and Vilsec. Well, I say a few quid. He'll paid nothing, because yes, he's on £250,000 a year, Smalley, for lifting heavy things. But he's tight with his money as well. Extremely tight. So, opening lap, there's AJ there. He's waiting for Christmas to come, I presume. Nope, he's off. He's going to start his lap. So I'm going to go on board with AJ from a driver's eye view. Coming across the start-finish line, he already ruins his lap. I'm just figuring out what he's up to. So instead I'm going to go to Vilsec, who... I'm not sure what Vilsec's doing. So instead I'm going to go Smalley. As Ben does a beautiful pirouette there. As Smalley comes out of the real turn 2, heading down into turn 3. Very, very smooth and precise. That wasn't, but he gets it hooked into turn 5 and now turn 6. Running very wide there. As he goes through turn 7. And now he goes into turn 8. Missing the apex by a mile and getting closer to Germany than the apex of turn 9. So that's across the start-finish line on a 1:17.6. I don't know if that's a good time, we'll see. Ben does a 1:24.3. Garvey goes quickest already on a 15.6. Trying to figure out what Vilsec's on now lap, I think. Riccardo Patrese goes third. There he goes. And actually, no, Illicit Power goes third. 20.7. We get the feeling Riccardo Patrese might have made a mistake. AJ sets a poor lap time, but I'm expecting him to recover his time back. So now I'm going to go to Vilsec. There he is. The nice guy of OFR. After myself, of course. Stickman goes 17.0. So now Vilsek, he's coming round turn 4, he's going to head round into turn 5. Hit a very wide line. There. What's his time looking at? 53.5, second sector. He heads round turn 6 and 7. And he's heading now towards turn 8. He's committed to the final turn. What's his time looking like? Is it 15.6 because he had the penalty there. Riccardo Patrese goes fast. It's 15.4. That's slightly impressive. AJ, what's his first time like? It goes quickest. 15 flat. So there's AJ from Riccardo Patrese, Garvey, Vilsek. Vilsek saw on this time round. There's the Stickman, who has created a very, very interesting livery. I get the funny feeling that might be a Martini replica. That's actually a beautiful livery. Anyone who can recreate a Martini livery is, yeah, that's nice. I like that. Got some pitters. Ben's in the pit lane. AJ's in the pit lane. There's Garvey in third spot. And there's Vilsek in fourth. Well, everybody, I think, was just getting their pit stops sorted out. Vilsek goes 8/10 quicker. Picks up a penalty. I'm not sure how he's picked up a penalty there, but that ruins his best lap. May as well nip in the pit lane and get a fresher set of tyres. He's going to have plenty of time to set a lap. So, Garvey is on his lap, so I'm going to keep an eye out for him. Heading up towards the first split, he's very slow. So that's a one to ignore. Ben starting his new lap, so let's follow him for a wee bit. Heading through turn 1. And then through a turn that's not a turn, but apparently is a turn according to Freaks. As he now heads into the real turn 2. And he does a nice spin. Gets himself pointing the right way again. So off we go. Illicit Power, that's a good time. 18.8. That's a big improvement for him. As he gets almost nudged out the way there, that's, yeah, I'm not quite sure what that's all about, but never mind. AJ's on another fast lap, so let's see what he does this time round. Heading through turn 5, he's going to head to turn 6 and 7, he's half a second up. Heading through 6 and 7. Now into 8 and now into 9. This time's going to be even faster. It's a 13.7. Wowzer. Now Riccardo Patrese, what's his time like? He's slower, so I can ignore him. Garvey's in the pit lane, looks like he's not going to be returned out. So now Vilsek in 4th spot, he's on his lap. Heading through turn 5 and he's going to head towards turn 6. 7/10 up on his own time. And he's going to make it round in time for one more lap. Which is mighty impressive. Go through 8 and now go through 9. Swally goes 15.3, I think. That's a good time. From Biggie Smalls as Vilsek goes second on 14.4. Good time. AJ going quicker still. His time doesn't improve and he's not going to get a chance to prove his time anymore. As now everybody goes on the final lap of qualifying. Smalley's happy with 3rd spot. I don't blame him. It's a good effort. So now Garvey's not going to improve. Stickman. Right, here we go. Where's Stickman going to put himself? Heads through the final corner now towards the start finish line. Doesn't improve. Stays 6th. So let's see what Ben can do here. Into 5, he's going to enter 6 and 7. He's slower. Mr. Power's not going to improve. AJ, he's not going to improve his time. Vilsek goes pole. Nicks it. Nicks it by a 10th. Nicks it by a 10th. Well done to Vilsek. AJ is going to remain second. Smalley starts 3rd. Wow. So there we have it. Get ready for the race starting. Vilsek, AJ, Smalley, Riccardo Patrese, Garvey, Stickman, Hazy and Illicit Power. As we're going to have 5 red lights. For 28 laps round A1 ring, and we're off and racing. As AJ gets the better start from Vilsek and goes into turn 1, takes a lead, and there's all manner of incidents going on. Has now got Smalley trying to re-challenge. Into turn 2 and he doesn't quite get the place back. So now we're heading down into turn 3. Molly, there's Ben, there's Illicit Powered Stickman who lost out. A Stickman lost out, so up the front, however, AJ doesn't have a massive lead over Vilsek, but this is, you get the feeling this is a clash of the titans. You've got Mr. Likeable versus AJ. Now heading through into turn 1. Legs all very, very twitchy. Garvey in 3rd spot, who has pulled away a little bit from Riccardo Patrese in 4th, who has The very close attentions of Smalley. One thing that people do not want is close attentions of that man. Is now heading up into turn 3. Where can Smalley make his move? Yes, the IO's broadcasting 720 high. And an Ethernet cable always helps as well. So now Riccardo Patrese pulled away a little bit from Smalley. There's Ben in 6th. There's Stickman who's got past there's a Power who heads for Germany again. As AJ sets himself the first fastest lap of the race, 14.6 compared to a 14.9 from Vilsek. Has pulled away a little bit. Pulled away a little bit from AJ. There's Garvey getting a right twitch on. But now we're going to have a possible 3-car battle for 3rd spot. Hello to Mr. Carter. Nice to see you. This Garvey's just keeping the gap back to Riccardo Patrese in 4th. There's Smalley in 5th, who's just dropping back a wee bit at this stage. Ben's keeping a very, very close contact in 6th. Now you've got the Stickman in 7th spot. And there's Alyssa Power he is doing a very good job. That's one thing you can't take away from. There's meanwhile AJ running and using all the track there outside of turn 1. As AJ pulls away now from... has pulled away a little bit from Vilsek. In 2nd spot. There's Garvey in 3rd, who has got the gap out to Riccardo Patrese a wee bit. Smalley has dropped back a lot, so he's possibly had an incident somewhere. Is now... oh, AJ! AJ's down to 4th. AJ's had an incident, he's down to 4th. Now that puts Vilsek in the lead for now. As now AJ's having a look to see if he can get past Riccardo Patrese here. Having to burn some of his overtake. Having a look down the inside of turn 1. Makes a move stick. That was fair enough. Decent move by AJ into 3rd spot. And now he's going to set on the task of Garvey for 2nd spot. But he's got 6 seconds now to make up on Vilsek. He's now heading down turn 3. Now into the sweeping curve of 4. AJ's now trying to find his way past Garvey, but Garvey's putting up a stout defence here. Can he get closer? The answer to that is no. Garvey's doing a good job here as they go into turn 9. Garvey making straight for the inside, but AJ just makes straight for the inside more. And now he should be able to pull the move off on Garvey into turn 1. A little bit of contact, but nothing very, very major. So now Garvey and AJ are side by side heading up into turn 2. And AJ finally gets the place. It's into second. Garvey back down to third. As meanwhile down the field, Stickman gets up into 5th. I suspect Smalley's had an incident, judging by his lap times. Ben in 7th spot, he's keeping his nose very much out of trouble, although I suspect he had an incident last lap, judging by his time. There's Illicit in 8th again. He's, like I said, he's doing a good job keeping his nose clean. Now Vilsack has nearly a 7-second lead on AJ. AJ's last lap was actually quite comparable to Vilsack's. So let's watch. See if AJ can gain a bit of time. Heading down now into turn 3. Now into 5, sorry. He's losing all his time middle sector. Yeah, he's losing time. 15-1 last lap compared to Vilsack on 14-8 last lap round. So now there's a bit of time as Ricardo Patrese gets past Garvey into 1, but he's left himself wide open for an attack on the inside down to 2. Garvey's already got the place, and now he's having a look, looking to retake the place. Still side by side, and he actually reclaims 3rd spot. Good move. He's very, very heads up driving there. Is now he's just hold the gap. There's Stickman 5th. He's a little bit redundant from everybody else. Smalley in 6th, who is actually losing a bit of time now to the Stickman. There's Ben in 11th. There's Illicit. Now Vilsack out front. 14-8 is his last lap compared to 14-5 from AJ. So now it's lit. Now the battle's on. Vilsack's used a little bit more fuel to this point compared to AJ. Heading through turn 2. There's Ricardo Patrese now in 3rd spot. Is actually pulling away now. Is actually now pulling away from Garvey. It's now the gap's over a second. So now Vilsack goes 14-7 this lap round. AJ's lap time is 14-9, so he's actually lost a couple of tenths to Vilsack. Vilsack's actually doing a good job of managing the gap out front and driving very, very consistently. Apart from one lap where he slipped into the 15s, he's been in the 14s all the way through. So that's a very, very consistent job there from Vilsack. Anything AJ is throwing at him, he's actually managing it quite well. As Vilsack head through turn 5. AJ this time round, he looks like he's gained a bit of time. Actually looks like he's gained a bit of time this lap round. Or he had gained a bit of time this time round. As Vilsack goes 14.9 again. AJ this time round goes... Oh dear, he's lost half a second there. He lost half a second there this time round. There's Riccardo Patrese in third spot, still pulling away from Garvey. There's the Stickman in fifth. Smalley in sixth. There's Ben in seventh, and there's Illicit. There he goes again. Vilsack's doing a very, very good job. He's minding his P's and Q's. He's just making sure that he's driving to a pace comfortable with himself, and he's doing a very good job out front. He looks like he's got the measure of AJ in the final sector, whereas AJ's got the best in the middle. There's AJ there, so Vilsack slips. It's a 15-0 for Vilsack this time round. AJ goes 14.8, so that's a gain of just over 2 tenths. This is going to be exchanging lap times, I feel. But Vilsack is managing the gap nicely. Gap has remained about 7.5 seconds. As Riccardo Patrese in third and Garvey in fourth. This is the closest battle we have on track at the minute. This is the closest battle we have on track at the minute. And it's Garvey and Riccardo Patrese. It's about a second the gap. This is the Vilsack and AJ is the high speed game of chess at the minute. One goes quicker, the other one responds straight away the next lap. 15.5 for Vilsack this time round. Now that was a 15.4, so that was about a tenth. Just about, nothing more. AJ needs to gain a lot more than that to catch Vilsack. And actually, you can tell Vilsack's tyres are slightly better than AJ's. AJ getting very, very sideways out of turn 2. However, looking at overtake, Vilsack's used half, AJ's barely used any. So don't discount AJ out of this fight just yet. Vilsack has actually lost a sackload of time there this time round. Lost a sackload of time. He's did that to 16.9. So AJ's gained about a second and a half this time round. There's AJ getting very, very sideways out of turn 2. Can Vilsack just regain that lost time? this time round. There is the pit stops to come. AJ's losing his penalty there. Vilsack 4 tenths down his time. AJ. Oh, AJ is now losing the time. This time he does get round. So let's see what the lap times are going to be this time round. So Vilsack 15.1, so he's recovered the time lost. AJ is actually in the pit lane. He's in the pit lane, bang on lap 14. So now Riccardo Patrese has as Garvey comes in the pit lane there as well. I think it's going to be one stop. I think they're doing a one stop race. Stickman carries on. There's Smalley in 6th. What's he going to do? He carries on. Ben in 7th, he's making for the pit lane. So Vilsack, what's he going to do? Is he going to pit this time? He's actually doing his own personal best this time round. He's using the overtake available to him. Is he making for the pit lane? Is he going to dive right? He's diving right. He's diving right, so the guy to watch out for when the pit stops shake out is going to be AJ, because Vilsack is now in the pit lane. Ben, you're boring. So let's watch. Let's see if Vilsack. Where's he going to come out? Where's he going to come out? There's Vilsack. He's heading out the first turn now. There he goes, and there comes AJ. Running wide out of turn 1. So now the battle's joined. Gap is 3 or so seconds. Riccardo Patrese stopped these matches again. Plenty of time on Garvey actually. That gap's open out to 4 seconds. There's Smalley in 6th. A little bit redundant from everybody else. Ben's a bit more redundant than that. And there's the stickman, he carries on. So Vilsack gets the lead back as the stickman goes in the pit lane, which I suppose is good news. Let's see, does it the ball getting squirrely out of turn 1. I want to see if Riccardo Patrese does. I'm quite interested by this. Head through turn 1 now. Yeah, that there's a little sausage curb on the inside of turn 1. That's just making the car very, very unsettled. There's Garvey in 4th spot. There he is. And the stickman has closed up to him quite significantly as well. So that could be a sooner battle to watch for 5th. Sorry, 4th. Sorry, I tell a lie, for 4th spot. There's Smalley in 6th, he's still circulating. going to be points again for Smalley. As Ben, illicit power has finally, he's finally stopped. And now Vilsek, 14.5 is his last lap. Ages was 14.6. And he has a lap runner. Yep, though AJ's lost a bit of time there. He's on a 15.1 last lap, whereas Vilsek was on a 14.7 last lap round. So that gap is now up to 4 seconds. There's Riccardo Patrese in third. He's seen Garvey disappearing. There's Stickman in fifth. He's lost time behind illicit power. And that's just losing him time to Garvey. Smalley in sixth. He's got quite a considerable gap now back to Ben. And of course the aforementioned illicit power. So Vilsek has got a 4.3 second advantage. AJ still yet to use his overtake. There he goes, so AJ set to 15.2 last lap. Vilsek set to 14.4 this lap round. And another fastest lap. As gap staying very, very stable. As AJ has gone purple middle sector this time round. As AJ now exits the final corner, what's his lap time looking at? 4:13.9. Wowzers. And compared to that, 14.7 for Vilsek. 14.2 for Vilsek, sorry, my apologies. 14.2 for Vilsek. As AJ goes purple first sector again, he's now burning that overtake. So Riccardo Patrese now is a bit more redundant in third spot. He goes purple first sector now as well. His lap time's going to be something to keep an eye on. There's Garvey in fourth. The Stickman in fifth. Lost quite a bit of time now to Garvey. And still yet to use any overtake whatsoever. There's Smalley. And before he says anything, shut up, Smalley. There's Ben still circulating. Not sure what he's doing there. There's the power. So Vilsek, 3.4 seconds. That's a 13.2 last lap from AJ. He's really trying to gain the ground compared to a 14.0. This is now, the chase is on. Chase is on. I hope you do forgive me, but there is a bit of a battle here. Well, that was a 13.8 last lap from AJ. The gap is down to 3 seconds here. Well, that gap is 2.9. AJ's they've got about a similar amount of overtake now left. So Vilsek, 2/10 down in his middle sector. Well, this is going to be interesting to watch. I'd keep your that was a 14.5 there, so Vilsek goes a little bit quicker this time round. He's managed to arrest the AJ charge in its tracks. It's now just a case of who holds their nerve the longest here. You see AJ's burned nearly all his overtake now. Now all of a sudden, in this high-speed game of poker, it's 2.7. So now Vilsek finds himself with more overtake than AJ. That was a bit needless there. Carl Patrese third now. He's got 10 seconds over Garvey. Unten has now got 20 odd seconds to the stickman. Unten, you can just see the distance, has got 5 seconds over Smalley. There he is. He's got illicit power there for company. That vision of silver and pink. Oh, Smalley's off. Smalley's run wide. He's now busy trying to build himself a sandcastle of 5. There he goes, back run. Stickman's had a strange sort of incident as well. Smalley's actually up to 5th now. Stickman's not had a fine second half of the race, which is highly unfortunate. There's Ben in 7th, there's the power, so now the gap is it's 2.5 seconds or so. Vilsek's going to come across the line this time round. It's going to be 3 laps left. The gap has actually extended out. Oops, Wally runs wide. No dramas. Doesn't affect anybody's race, and off we'll go again. As Vilsek, I think he can manage us to the end here. I think it's going to be just enough. Smalley's got himself back pointing the right way, and he's now got a similar sort of gap back to the stick man. So this is going to be a battle to watch out for, possibly towards the end. 1 and a bit seconds. That could be doable. But they've got 1 less lap to do than the leaders. As Vilsek now maintains his 3-second lead now over AJ. And we're soon going to be on 2 laps left. Now as Vilsek, he's getting delayed here by Illicit Power. Illicit Power needs to let him through pretty quickly. Vilsek is being held up here. This could make for a bit of a... as finally Illicit Power gets out the way. AJ has not really gained that much time out of it. That could have been very, very costly. As now we're just about to head on to the final lap of the race. There goes AJ. Oh, he's been delayed. That puts an end to that one. In fact, I think AJ's got... they've both got the blinky red light to do. Yep, that puts an end to that one. Carl Patrese 3rd, Garvey 4th. Smalley starts his final lap. He's got a 2nd to the stick man, so this could be an interesting finish. We should have enough. There's Ben, there's Illicit. Now Vilsek he's took advantage of a mistake, but at the same time, you know, he's done exactly what he needs to. Started on pole, took advantage of an AJ mistake, and that was it. As he heads now into the final 2 turns. This has been a dominant display from Vilsek. Really has, as he now comes across the line and takes the victory. Well done. Good job, Vilsek. AJ comes across the line 2nd. A sneaking suspicion possibly out of fuel, but never mind. As now Riccardo Patrese going to head across the line in 3rd spot. He heads around the final corner. There he goes, good job. And Garvey's going to be just about the last finisher home. In 4th spot, the rest have been laps. Smalley's come across the line, Stickman's come across the line. Ben has just finished across the line. And there we go. There's all your finishers. So Vilsek wins from AJ, Riccardo Patrese and Garvey. So there we have it. Good job there from Vilsek. Excellent race. Thank you very much for watching. No racing tomorrow night, but if you do want to take part in any Wreckfest, then please go to Smalley and bug the living daylights out of them. In the meantime, we have Formula 1 at the weekend, Divisions 1 and 2 from Interlagos in Brazil, and GTS will be back on Sunday from Suzuka. So thanks very much for watching, and goodbye.